So today I want to talk to you about the connection between your joints and muscles, ligaments, tendons in your body, and why that's so important when you're looking at potential injuries. So if you're an athlete, a runner, someone in sport or does exercise, this will be relevant for you. So keep on watching, keep on listening. Hope you find it useful. Welcome back to consecutive day 1599 of a diary of a runpreneur. If you believe in my mission of saving the lives of children by attempting the ultimate ultramarathon of run vlogging on consecutive days, distance of a lap of the world, barefoot style, then do give this a subscribe, share, like, comment. More people we get in front of, more money we raise, more children's lives we save, which is why I do this every single day. Thank you as always, and let's get started. So, consecutive day 1599 of a diary of a runpreneur, and today I want to talk to you about the connection of your body. Sounds a bit obvious, but how your joints, ligaments, muscles, tendons are all connected and entwined. And it's very, very important that you understand this, because when you have an injury or a potential injury, or you're recovering from an injury, you need to understand how the body's connected. And quite often, an injury can occur due to a weakness somewhere completely separate on your body. So a prime example is what I'm recovering from now. I have a left knee injury. I've had it assessed, and apparently it's not too bad, but I kind of understand why I have this injury. So this all stems from my recent marathon attempt at Loch Ness. As a barefoot runner, I had incredible issues with my feet, and the impact that barefoot style running on a downhill route had on through my joints and muscles. And the end result was I had severe blistering issues, which caused me to almost not finish the marathon, to be quite frank. I had to stop on 3 occasions to get my feet dressed. They were in that much agony and pain. But so when I get back from the marathon, I go and see a podiatrist to assess my feet. I regularly have sports massages to assess my muscles and joints to make sure that there's no kind of obvious issue that is potentially arising. So that's kind of a preventative way of protecting my muscles and joints. But never really taken my feet seriously, bizarrely, considering as a barefoot style runner, they take the brunt of the impact. Now, any of you who have been barefoot running or understand barefoot style running, the kind of methods and science behind it, I'm not going to bore you with that now, but inevitably there's a lot less protection to the soles of your feet, especially the balls of your feet where you're striking the ground. And as a result, you build up a hard skin or a calloused sole, which is protecting your feet ultimately. It's building up its own kind of sole that you're no longer getting that cushioning or protection from your footwear. So your feet kind of generate it as part of the human's body way of protecting your feet. Now, what happened to me, and little did I know, I developed a significant amount of hard skin, but it was never causing me any grief. And quite often, I just assumed that this was my body's way of protecting my feet, normal for barefoot running, and it wasn't, particularly horrible or unattractive looking. It was just, you wouldn't even notice it. It was just a layer of skin that hardened, you wouldn't notice, but was protecting my feet. Little did I know, though, that I'd also developed a couple of corns. Now, if you're not familiar with corns, it's like hard skin that kind of form like a lump that grows inwards into your sole, and they can cause quite a lot of problems because it's almost like the equivalent of having a stone or a pebble in your shoe. It's protruding into your foot, and again, the body being an amazing thing will often try and find a way to counteract or limit the damage that deficiencies cause the body. So as a result of these corns, one that was bigger on my left side of my foot, one was bigger on my left foot. I had one exactly the same position in the ball of my feet on my right, but it was much less significant because most people will generally have a dominant side, and my dominant side was clearly my left side. So as a result, my foot striking went from landing kind of more perpendicular to a slight offset on the outer side. Now the impact of that, because it wasn't addressed when I ran the marathon, was so much pressure on the left-hand side of my left foot, which is where the major blistering issues materialised and caused me significant issue over a longer distance. So going to see a podiatrist, it's quite an easy solution. She shaved down the hard skin. She doesn't want to shave all of it down because it serves a purpose, but she cut out the corns, which sounds grim. It really wasn't. It was just a scalp. I didn't even feel it. These kind of 2 little holes in the soles of my feet where they were, and she's instructed me to go and see her every 8 weeks just to keep on top of these, because it's likely that they may reoccur due to the exercise regime that I undertake. Now, as a result of this, now that this has been actioned, I've now been out running and it feels completely different again, because I can now land more perpendicular again on the ball of my feet, because my body's not counteracting these corns. And as a result, my knee, that would have been getting quite used to an outer kind of side of my left foot striking the ground, so my knee would be slightly landing outwards, had counteracted and got used in terms of muscle memory to that new motion. Now I've taken the issue out and I'm running a lot more kind of perpendicular with the ground. My knee now is moving back inwards again, of which feels quite alien to it. And as a result, I'm getting this achy kind of, fortunately there's no inflammation as of yet, but I'm keeping an eye on it in my left knee as it's trying to strengthen and counterbalance again to run in the correct posture. So the kind of learnings from my diary today, if you like, when I summarise this, is pretty obviously your body is connected. The joints, muscles, ligaments, tendons are all connected. But what you don't seem to understand is, and people miss, is that an injury that occurs in a certain area could be the impact of something else in a completely different area of your body. And you have to kind of understand how everything's linked and how the body is an amazingly clever kind of biological device, if you like, how it counteracts and corrects itself to try and protect you and repair you and heal you to avoid unnecessary pain and injury. But the downside of that is, if you have a weakness or a deficiency that you don't get addressed, especially when doing a repetition sport like running, your body will counteract it, which will then potentially have issues with other areas of your body. So, like I say, the sole of my foot, which I didn't even know was an issue until I'd had the blistering issue at the marathon, was affecting my knee strength in my left knee. And I've had issues in the past as well where I've had a slight calf pull, and it's then affected the opposite side of my body that's then been taking the brunt of the impact to protect my injured calf. Just, the body's almost like autopilot, correcting things and changing your technique to protect you from pain and further injury. But the downside of that is on a recurring sport or repetition sport like running or endurance sports in particular, that take a degree of impact, swimming being the exception, because obviously there's such limited impact with the water absorbing it. It can actually create further issues and further injuries down the line. So what do you do when you get these things? Well, first and foremost, get advice and how to recover effectively from specialists who understand this, which is I've done. But due to my running streak, I have to recovery run. So today's run is one of the first runs that it feels slightly better, but ultimately I'm running significantly slower to try and allow less impact to go through the knee while it corrects and strengthens before I gradually increase the pace again at some point in the future when it feels back to full strength. So yeah, really important you understand this. The body is connected, and what happens somewhere that you may not even notice could create an injury somewhere completely opposite or different area of your body. So understand how everything's linked, and then through a process of elimination, just try and work from either top to bottom or bottom to top, each part of your body. Have you got any issues? Have you got any deficiencies that you haven't noticed that could be playing a part on an impact in a different area of your body? And if you regularly just get routine assessments like sports massages, if you're doing running, getting your feet checked by a podiatrist, these are types of preventative ways in which you can minimise the risk of more significant or severe injuries. Hope that's useful. Questions or comments, drop me a line. I'll respond to everyone. Do remember though, if you believe in my mission of saving lives of children by attempting the ultimate ultra marathon of run vlogging on consecutive days, distance of a lap of the world, barefoot style. Do give this a subscribe, share, like and comment. More people we get in front of, more money we raise, more children's lives we save, which is why I do this every single day. Thank you as always. Stay positive, stay happy, and I'll see you again tomorrow.